Welcome to AlphaForge AI. Sparks, silicon, and a little bit of market mischief. Today's topic, earnings prompt alpha. 5 advanced prompts to turn calls into tradable signal. Check the latest headlines. AI models now match human experts on about half of professional tasks. And Citi just mandated prompt training for more than 100,000 employees. If you're not upgrading your prompts this earnings season, you're giving up free edge. In the next 10 minutes, you'll get a 5-prompt playbook to compress an entire earnings call into a battle-tested, tradable briefing without losing the nuance. If a machine can already perform half of your knowledge work workflow at expert level, what does that do to your edge on earnings? That's not sci-fi, it's the latest news on OpenAI's new benchmark. Models performing professional tasks at expert parity roughly half the time. One day later, Citi moved to retrain more than 100,000 employees on advanced prompting. The signal is loud. Prompt craft is becoming a hard skill with P&L consequences. Today on AlphaForge AI, we're dropping earnings prompt alpha. 5 precise prompts that turn the noise of earnings week into structured, comparative, defensible signal you can actually act on, without pretending the machine replaces your judgment. We'll show you how to combine context packing, real-time delta tracking, guidance extraction, peer triangulation, and a scenario memo to compress under 60 minutes. Along the way, we'll thread in what the new OpenAI evaluation actually means and why enterprises from consumer giants to banks are standardizing AI workflows. So why does this matter now? OpenAI's GDP Val benchmark evaluates models on economically valuable real-world tasks across 44 occupations, not just coding puzzles. The conclusion, the latest models are already as good as experts on about half of tasks. That doesn't mean you abdicate decisions to an LLM. It means you standardize the tasks machines do reliably. Summarization, extraction, cross-comparison, and reserve your attention for judgment and risk. Meanwhile, Citi's new mandate to retrain over 100,000 employees on prompt craft is a corporate tell. Prompt discipline is becoming table stakes. The earnings prompt alpha playbook. So think of this as a relay. Each prompt hands a structured artifact to the next. The goal isn't to automate for its own sake. It's to debias, compress, and compare fast with your human oversight layered in. Prompt number 1, the context pack. Before the call, feed the model a concise dossier. Last quarter's transcript, the latest 10Q summary, consensus numbers, and your thesis bullets. Prompt number 2, the live data tracker. As the call streams or once the transcript posts, turn vague impressions, tone felt cautious, into an auditable list of statements with before-after evidence. Prompt number 3, guidance gap detector, where you force numbers onto the page. Prompt number 4, peer cross-examination. Now you widen the scope. The point isn't to declare winners, it's to spot asymmetries, the raw material of alpha. And last but not least, prompt number 5, the scenario memo. You finally ask for a constraint-bound memo. The goal is reducing cognitive load and creating a reusable artifact for your investment diary. That's the human-in-the-loop frontier that enterprises are leaning into. Model structure, humans decide. If you want the exact prompt template for this, drop a comment or send us a DM on Twitter and we'll share it with you for free. Twitter @AlphaForge AI. Next, let's go through a little case study to make it concrete. Alice, a sell-side associate, loads last quarter's transcript, a trimmed 10Q summary, and 2 recent channel checks into prompt number 1. A pre-brief flags margin pressure and a promised product launch slip as must-address items. During the call, prompt 2 surfaces a soften on seasonal headwinds that last quarter were temporary dislocations. Let's discuss why this works and where it fails. So GDP Val's takeaway isn't let AI pick stocks. It's that models do real professional subtasks with growing competence, especially where rules are clear and evidence is supplied. Summarization, extraction, comparison, and cross-referencing are squarely in that bucket. Use the machine to be relentlessly consistent. Use your judgment to weigh credibility, cyclicality, and position. Time for pushbacks. Number 1, hallucinations and overconfidence. Fair. Even top models can fabricate citations or mangle math if you leave them unconstrained. Guardrails help. Always require quotes and timestamps, cap reasoning length, and force unit normalization. Pushback number 2. Everyone will use this. The edge will vanish. Maybe on raw summaries, but the edge migrates to prompt design, context quality, and the speed quality frontier. Cities' move to train a large number of employees is a signal that prompt literacy is becoming baseline. Outperformance will come from your proprietary context packs, peer sets, and the crispness of your decision memo standard. So here are some implementation notes so you don't trip. Start with one sector. Build a template per vertical. What metrics, what peer set, what language cues matter. Log your prompts and outputs. Treat them like models. Version, compare, refine. Keep compliance in the loop. If you're on the buy side, ensure any data you feed the model is licensed and within policy. Timebox the process. The goal is a repeatable 60-minute pipeline, not a 6-hour rabbit hole. Here's a contrasting note from the field. We've spoken with PMs who swear by no AI days during earnings, arguing it dulls intuition and creates false precision. Others have swung the pendulum and auto-summarize everything with zero oversight. The balanced view: treat the LLM as your junior, great at grunt work, terrible at final calls. You own the tape, the context, and the sizing. The model owns the formatting and the first pass at the deltas. So here's what your next 24 hours could look like. Pick one upcoming call. Build a context pack from last quarter, the latest filing summary, and consensus snapshots. Run the prompts. 1 to 5, remember again, get them once subscribed. File the scenario memo. Then, after the stock reacts, annotate what mattered and what didn't. That feedback loop is how you turn prompting into process, and process into repeatable edge. Here are the key takeaways. First, models are competent at many professional subtasks. Use them to structure, not to substitute. Second, prompt discipline is becoming a corporate skill. This is not optional anymore. Third, the edge lives in your context, constraints, and comparisons, the parts others won't standardize. If this was useful, hit like, subscribe, and share with a teammate who still thinks prompting is just typing. Here's a question for you. Which company's next call should we run through earnings prompt alpha on this channel? Drop your tickers and we'll pick one for a live build. This video, of course, is just for education and entertainment only, and it's not financial advice. Always do your own research and consider your risk tolerance before making investment decisions. Thanks everyone. Stay sharp, stay AlphaForge AI. See you in the next one.